wọ́n fẹ́ wọn àwọn tí wọ́n nílò yín wà níta.
And I will always tell them,
àwa dá wọn lóhùn pé
let God speak to me.
ẹ jẹ́ kí Ọlọ́run bá mi sọ̀rọ̀.
If it's a man who speak to you,
tó bá jẹ́ ènìyàn ló bá wọ sọ̀rọ̀.
and because of what man said you decided to follow,
tó sì jẹ́ pé nítorí ohun tí ènìyàn wí ìwọ ṣetán láti tẹ̀lé ohun tán wí.
God never support what he did not order.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Ọlọ́run kì í gbè lẹ́yìn ohun tí òun ò bá fi lọ́lẹ̀.
If God order a thing,
tí Ọlọ́run bá fi nǹkan kan lọ́lẹ̀.
he will pay for it.
yóò san owó ìtanràn rẹ̀.
He has the enough to pay for whatever he order.
Ọlọ́run ní ó sì ní ànító àti àníṣẹ́kù láti gbé ohunkóhun tí Ọlọ́run bá fi lọ́lẹ̀ láti gbé lẹ́yìn.
But when you go outside the will of God,
ṣùgbọ́n tí o bá kúrò nínú ìfẹ́ Ọlọ́run.
there are many regrets and tears and sorrow that is awaiting that person.
àbámọ̀ àti omijé àti ìbànújẹ́ púpọ̀ ní ó ń dúró de irú ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀.
I have so many stories to tell you.
ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn àpẹẹrẹ ìtàn tí mo ní láti tí mo lè sọ fún yín.
What I witnessed in the ministry.
àwọn tí èmi ṣe ẹlẹ́rìí wọn nínú iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ yìí ni.
I remember one day,
mo rántí ní ọjọ́ kan.
those people break our church.
àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ya ìjọ wa.
They just went just like they across the main road over there.
wọ́n ti ẹ̀rìn jìn.
And they rented a shop.
wọ́n wá gba ṣọ́ọ̀bù kan bẹ̀.
And they built a canopy in the front of that
wọ́n
shop.
wá fi canopy síwájú ẹ̀ tó pọ̀ rẹ́rẹ́rẹ́.
And they faced their own speaker towards our church.
wọ́n wá gbé speaker tiwọn tó dojú kí church tiwa.
And they began to preach against our leader.
wọ́n wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ onírúurú ọ̀rọ̀ lòdì sí adarí wa ńgbà náà.
Even reading poem against our leader.
wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ onírúurú ọ̀rọ̀ sí.
At the end of the day,
ní òpin gbogbo rẹ̀.
when Baba saw me,
nígbà tí bàbá rí mi.
he asked me,
ó wá bi mí.
so you didn't follow them?
ìwọ náà tẹ̀lé wọn.
Because workers in that church.
àjọ jẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ nínú ìjọ náà ni.
Baba said, you didn't follow them?
bàbá ìwọ náà tẹ̀lé wọn.
I didn't know where I got that answer.
mi ò mọ ibi tí ìdáhùn náà ti wá.
I said, I cannot build my house with the broken blocks of another man's building.
mo wá dáhùn wípé èmi ò lè kọ́ ilé mi pẹ̀lú blọ́ọ̀kì ilé ẹlòmíì tí ó ti fọ́ sí wẹ́wẹ́.
If those blocks were strong enough, they wouldn't have been broken.
tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn blọ́ọ̀kì kọ́lé yẹn tó bá le dáadáa ni a ò ní lè fọ́.
And my God just look at me and say, God bless you.
bàbá wa wò mí ó ní Olúwa yóò bùkún fún ọ.
Probably
bóyá
our honesty and sincerity,
bóyá òtítọ́ wa àti ìjólóòtọ́ wa.
maybe our submission to the
Bóyá
authority there,
ìtẹríba wa fún àwọn àṣẹ nígbà náà.
maybe that is what brought us to where we are today.
bóyá òun ló mú wa dé ibi tí a wà lónìí yìí.
Baba stood in the midst of the church that day.
bàbá wa dúró láàárín ìjọ ní ọjọ́ náà.
He lifted up his hand.
ó wá gbé ọwọ́ rẹ̀ sókè.
He said, my God,
ó ní Ọlọ́run mi.
if these people breaking away,
tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn wọ̀nyí tí wọ́n ya lọ yìí.
if they go because of the expansion of the kingdom of
tán bá
God,
lọ nítorí pé wọ́n fẹ́ mú ìrere kó máa tàn kálẹ̀ ni.
Holy Spirit support them.
ẹ̀mí mímọ́ tì wọ́n lẹ́yìn.
God make their ministry fruitful.
ẹ̀mí mímọ́ Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ wọn kó so èso.
He said, if they go because of rebellion,
ó ní ṣùgbọ́n tán bá lọ nítorí ìṣọ̀tẹ̀.
as they break here,
bí wọ́n ṣe pín kúrò níbí báyìí.
let them continue to break.
jẹ́ kán máa yapa lọ.
In that group,
ní àárín àwọn tí à ń sọ yìí.
it doesn't take them 3 months.
àárín oṣù mẹ́ta péré ló gbà wọ́n.
Fight started in their midst.
kó tó di pé ìjà bẹ̀rẹ̀ láàrin wọn.
That time,
nígbà náà.
there are those who carry bed, just the bed, that is what they see.
àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé agogo ni wọ́n sọ pé eléyìí ní ìpín tèmi o.
Somebody carry amplifier to go and hide.
ìkan gbé amplifier pé ti tèmi rè.
Another person carry generator.
ẹlòmíì n tó pín sọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ ní generator.
All of them scatter.
gbogbo wọn ni wọ́n yapa síra wọn.
Listen to me.
fetí sí mi.
The president can bear me witness.
ààrẹ wa yìí ni ẹlẹ́rìí mi.
Many of them were more gifted than us.
ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ló jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní ẹ̀bùn jù wá lọ.
From that day till now,
láti àkókò yẹn títí di sísìn.
we had nothing about them.
a gbọ́ ohunkóhun nípa wọn mọ́.
Don't destroy your future.
nípa bẹ́ẹ̀ má ṣe pa ọjọ́ iwájú rẹ run.
There are some gems that God deposited inside you.
àwọn orí ọ̀fẹ́ kan wà tí Ọlọ́run fi sínú rẹ.
If God is equipping you with armor for you to go to the battlefront and you are telling God, this is enough, let me go. He knew what will keep you in the war front. If you refuse them, you receive an arrow and you die earlier than your time.
Ọlọ́run tó múra rẹ fún ogun tó sì ń rọ lágbára tí ò tí ì ṣetán tó wá ní Olúwa eléyìí tẹ́ fún mi náà títí ẹ jẹ́ ń tètè máa lọ. Ọlọ́run tó mọ tí ó pa ọ́ mọ́ ló ní kó o sì mú sùúrù díẹ̀ sí i. Àti ìwọ bá lè mú sùúrù tó bá lọ ó fara gbọ́fà.
Do you remember many of our gifted brothers?
Ǹjẹ́ yín rántí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn arákùnrin wa tó ní ẹ̀bùn?
Many of our gifted sisters?
Àwọn arábìnrin wa tí wọ́n ní ẹ̀bùn.
In our various assembly?
Ní onírúurú àwọn ìjọ wa káàkiri.
Who suddenly copy other people and decide to go?
Tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní àwòkọ́ṣe àwọn mìíràn lọ́nà òdì tí wọ́n sì múra láti lọ.
And when they were going,
nígbà tán sì ń lọ,
they began to speak against our church.
Wọn ò wá lọ nìkan, wọ́n tún wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ lòdì sí ìjọ wa.
And many of our members followed them.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni nípa bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn wá tẹ̀lé wọn.
Where are they today?
Àwọn dà lónìí.
Find out.
Ẹ lọ wádìí.
If 10 people follow them,
tí àwọn mẹ́wàá bá tẹ̀lé wọn lọ,
7 people have gone away from
àwọn
them.
méje ti kúrò lẹ́yìn wọn.
And the other 3 remaining,
àwọn mẹ́ta tó wá kù ni,
they become thorn in their flesh.
wọ́n wá di ẹ̀gún sí wọn lára.
They begin to tell them, we found this thing together.
Wọ́n rí i pé àwọn ò lè dúró papọ̀.
They said, we founded this thing together.
Nítorí pé àwọn á sọ fún wọn pé àjọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kìíní ni o.
And you must make them pastor.
Nípa bẹ́ẹ̀ o gbọ́dọ̀ sọ wá di
You
olùṣọ́
must
àgùntàn.
make them elder.
O gbọ́dọ̀ sọ wá di alàgbà.
When you say something, they are the one to oppose you.
Nígbà tó bá sọ nǹkan, àwọn gan ni ó dìde mọ́.
Listen to me.
Fetí sí mi.
If God has called you out,
Tí Ọlọ́run bá pè ọ́ jáde,
go and meet the leadership of that church.
lọ bá adarí ìjọ náà.
Let them pray for you.
Jẹ́ kán gbàdúrà fún ọ, kán gbọ́wọ́lé olórí.
I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying.
Ṣé tí mò ń sọ yé yín báyìí?
Let those leaders, with the agreement of the church board, let them pray for you. Let them lay hands on you. Let them commission you to go.
Jẹ́ kí àwọn adarí ìjọ àti àwọn àgbààgbà ìjọ kán gbàdúrà fún ọ, kán gbọ́wọ́lé ọ, kán sì fi àṣẹ ìtìnílẹ́yìn rán ọ jáde.
When they send you out,
Nígbà tán bá rán ọ jáde fúnra wọn,
you will succeed.
ìwọ yóò ṣe àṣeyọrí.
Look at Acts chapter 13.
Ẹ wo ìwé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ apostoli orí 13.
When you begin to read from verse 1,
Tá a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kà láti ẹsẹ̀ ìkíní rẹ̀.
the Bible said there were prophets and teachers and apostles in the church of Antioch.
Bíbélì sọ pé àwọn wòlíì àti àwọn olùkọ́ni àti àwọn apostoli wọ́n wà nínú ìjọ Áńtíókù.
They were praying.
Wọ́n ń gbàdúrà.
While in the midst of their prayers,
Ní àárín gbùngbùn àdúrà wọn,
the Holy Spirit speak.
Ẹ̀mí mímọ́ sọ̀rọ̀.
He said, separate Paul and Barnabas for the work that I've called them unto.
Ó ní ẹ ya Pọ́ọ̀lù àti Sílà sọ́tọ̀ fún iṣẹ́ tí èmi pè wọ́n sí.
That was when the 2 of them were commissioned.
Ìyẹn ni ìgbà tí a mú àwọn méjèèjì tí a gbọ́wọ́ lé wọn láti lọ.
The 2 of them went out for the ministry.
Àwọn méjèèjì lọ fún iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́.
They succeeded.
Wọ́n ṣe àṣeyọrí.
If you want to succeed,
Tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ ṣe àṣeyọrí,
don't jump out of the boat.
má fò jáde kúrò ní ọkọ̀ ojú omi.
Don't fight your pastor.
Má bá olùṣọ́ àgùntàn rẹ jà.
Don't fight the elders.
Má bá àwọn alàgbà jà.
Don't fight that church.
Má bá ìjọ náà jà.
Because you may still need to come back to that church.
Nítorí ìwọ lè nílò láti padà wá sí ìjọ náà.
It is said by the book of the elders
Nínú ìwé àwọn àgbà tí bàbá wa máa ń tí ó wà lọ́wọ́ wọn.
that rain can beat you more than twice inside the same hut.
Wípé òjò lè pa ọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀mejì lábẹ́ òrùlé.
So if you scatter that place,
Nípa bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ìwọ bá wá ba ibẹ̀ jẹ́ ńkọ́.
the time for you to go back there,
Àkókò tó bá tó tí wọ́n ní láti padà lọ́bẹ̀.
you can no longer go there.
Ìwọ ò nílé lọ mọ́ torí ìtìjú.
Let me give you an example.
Jẹ́ kí n fún ọ ní àpẹẹrẹ.
Your father may be a member of that church.
Bàbá rẹ gan lè jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára ọmọ ìjọ ibẹ̀.
Your brother may be a member of that
O lè
church.
ní arákùnrin rẹ tó jẹ́ ọmọ ìjọ ibẹ̀.
And maybe they want to do their wedding,
Bóyá wá tó àkókò tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe
or they
ìgbéyàwó.
want to do the burial of one of their relations.
Tàbí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ìsìnkú àwọn àgbà kan tó kú
And
nínú
you must
ìdílé.
follow them to that church.
Ìwọ náà wá ní láti. Wọ́n yóò nílò ìrànlọ́wọ́ ìjọ ìjọ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ ọ̀la.
You need the prayer of that church.
Ìwọ nílò àdúrà ìjọ yẹn.
If you say, I don't need your prayer,
Tó bá ní mi ò nídìí àdúrà yín.
you will suffer for it tomorrow.
Ìwọ yóò gba ìsan rẹ̀ lọ́la.
Rebellion is not difficult to detect from men.
Nípa bẹ́ẹ̀, ohun tí a ń pè ní ìṣọ̀tẹ̀ kò ṣòro láti mọ̀ tí ẹni tó bá ń ṣọ̀tẹ̀.
Those who has not met authority and knew how to submit speak arrogantly because out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh.
Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n farabalẹ̀ fún àwọn aláṣẹ. Ìṣọ̀tẹ̀ ó jẹ́ tí ó ṣòro láti rí láàrin àwọn ènìyàn, ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tí wọ́n bá farabalẹ̀ fún àwọn aláṣẹ wọ́n mọ̀ bí a ṣe ń tẹríba àti láti sọ̀rọ̀ lòdì.
When you don't know how to submit to authority.
Tí o bá mọ̀ bí a ṣe ń tẹríba fún àṣẹ.
Let me give you an example.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n fún yín ní àpẹẹrẹ.
You are a primary school teacher.
Bóyá ìwọ jẹ́ olùkọ́ ní ilé ẹ̀kọ́ alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀.
And you have a headmaster.
O wá ní headmaster.
So you say, me and that man, we don't agree together.
O wá sọ pé èmi àti headmaster wa kò sí nǹkan kan mi ò tiẹ̀ lè tẹríba fún.
You are a teacher, you are under a principal.
Ìwọ jẹ́ olùkọ́ni, o wà lábẹ́ principal ọ̀gá ilé ìwé.
And you begin to speak against the principal.
O wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ̀rọ̀ lòdì sí.
You don't know what is going to happen to you.
Ìwọ ò mọ tí yóò ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ọ ní.
Nínú ìwé àwọn àgbà orí kẹta ẹsẹ̀ kẹta.
In the book of Elders chapter 3 verse 3.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n tó kà ń bẹ̀.
Don't you hear what he says?
Ó ní ẹni tó jù ní lọ, ó lè jù nínú.
Because he said anyone that is above you can throw you away.
Abẹ́ ẹ̀ka nù ìwé yẹn.
Is it not so?
Ẹni tó jù ní lọ, ó lè ṣe kí ni?
Anyone that is above you can just throw you anywhere.
Ó lè padà lọ sí ọ́fíìsì permanent secretary.
He will go back to the office of the permanent secretary.
A kò sọ fún wípé ọmọkùnrin yìí ìgbéraga ẹ̀ pọ̀.
And say this young man is too proud.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ á gbé lọ sí abúlé kan.
Please, let's take him to one remote village.
Abúlé tí ò sí ná.
A village where there's no social amenities.
Kódà tí ò sí network.
That there's no even network.
Wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wá abúlé yẹn.
And they begin to look for such a remote place.
Wọ́n kàn déédéé di pé transfer dé.
And say, you just see that there's a transfer letter.
Kó o tó mọ ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀, o ti bára ẹ̀ lábúlé yẹn.
And before you know what is, you have already found yourself there.
Kó wá sá padà wá sí ọ́fíìsì.
You will now run back to the office.
Ọkùnrin yẹn á dẹ̀ ti sọ fún wọn, principal yẹn á ti sọ fún wọn, tàbí headmaster á ti sọ fún wọn pé ó ń bọ̀ o, ẹ má fetí sí o.
And the headmaster will have informed the people ahead and said, this man is coming, please don't listen to him.
Ìwà wa débẹ̀.
And you get there.
Wọ́n ní ẹ lọ kọ̀wé wá.
And you say, I've come now.
Wọ́n ní ẹ lọ kọ̀wé wá.
They will tell you, go and write.
Ìwọ náà á sì lọ kọ̀wé.
And you yourself, you go and write your own version.
Ló tún sọ̀rọ̀ ńbẹ̀ ló tún lálé ọ̀gá rẹ̀.
And you are still writing and you are still speaking against your boss.
Ìgbà tó o bá mú ìwé yẹn débẹ̀.
By the time you bring your own letter,
Ìwé yẹn gan-an tún máa underline gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ìsọkúsọ tó tún torí inú bí ọ́. O sì ní farabalẹ̀ kọ ìwé yẹn. Wọ́n á tún fi ìbínú sọ̀rọ̀ sí ọ̀gá rẹ̀ yẹn. Wọ́n á ní yes. Ohun tí ọ̀gá wí, òun náà rí.
and by the time you write your own story, out of anger, you will not control yourself to know what to write. You write with anger. You still speak against your boss. What they will do is to have red biro and underline the arrogant word you use.
Ìdó máa sọ ní wípé
And what they will say is this.
your letter was received and is receiving attention.
Pé a ti gba ìwé rẹ o, a sì ń wò lọ́wọ́.
You come back 3 months after that.
Lẹ́yìn oṣù mẹ́ta,
A sì ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀.
and tó lọ bẹ̀ wá ní, we are still working on it.
9 months after that. A sì ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀.
Oṣù mẹ́sàn-án, they will still tell you, we are working on it.
What are they telling you?
Kí ni wọ́n tán sọ fún ọ?
If you are not interested in where you are, go and resign.
Ìyẹn ni pé ibi tí a gbé ọ lọ tó o bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí lọ kọ̀wé ìfiṣẹ́ sílẹ̀.
Ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa lónìí.
Hear me well today.
Bí ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ bá jẹ́ permanent secretary.
If your brother is a PAMSEC
Tó o wá ń ṣì ìwà wù.
and you are misbehaving,
Pé kò sẹ́ni tí yóò mú mi.
that no one can touch me,
Ó máa dójú ẹ̀ tí ipa ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ yẹn ò ní ṣe kí ni? Kò ní ká.
it will get to the extent that even that your brother that is in that office will not be able to handle your case.
Abájọ nínú ìwé àwọn àgbà orí karùn-ún
In the book of Elders chapter 5,
ẹsẹ̀ kẹtàdínlọ́gbọ̀n.
verse 25,
Ó ní èéfín ni ìwà.
he said, your character is just like smoke.
Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé ohun tí ẹ̀gbọ́n try láti daṣọ bò èéfín yẹn tó máa ṣe kí ni.
Because even when your brother is trying to protect you, your character will sneak out and still go out.
ìyẹn ni ó máa fi yà jẹ ọ́.
And that is what will begin to put in trouble.
abájọ tí ọlọ́run fún ara ẹ̀ fi sọ wípé
No wonder God himself says
òun júbà onírẹ̀lẹ̀.
that he honored the one that is
ṣùgbọ́n
humble.
agbéraga ló ń ṣe kí ni.
But he, behold, he distanced himself from a proud man.
tí ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ bá jẹ́ governor of Ọ̀yọ́ state.
Even if your brother is the governor of Oyo State,
tó jẹ́ pé òun ló darí gbogbo àfíà Ọ̀yọ́ state.
and is the one that is controlling all the affairs in
tó wá
Oyo
sọ
State,
pé wọn bá débẹ̀ yẹn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ni wọ́n máa bá mẹ́.
and if you say, if you go there, it is my brother,
ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ lè máa fẹ̀yìn pọ́n ó lè máa pọ́n sẹ́yìn báyìí.
your brother can be protecting you that way.
ọjọ́ ń bọ̀ tí ẹ̀gbọ́n máa kúrò lórí
But
governorship.
a day is coming that he will leave that office.
tí ẹ̀gbọ́n bá fi ọ́fíìsì sílẹ̀.
And when he leave the office,
ṣé o rí ráìsì tó ti da òkúta sí yẹn ìwọ ló jẹ́.
and behold, that rice that you have already mixed with stone is coming back to your table.
ó sàn fún ọ báyìí láti lọ kọ́ nítorí pè ní ìtẹríba.
It is better for you to go and learn submission now.
mo ti rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn tó ní ẹ̀bùn kan.
I've seen a lot that have a gift,
ṣùgbọ́n nítorí pé wọ́n ní sùúrù.
but because of impatience,
tí wọ́n sì ní ẹ̀mí ìtẹríba.
and they cannot submit
ta ni lágbájá.
and say, who is that person?
ta ni tẹ̀mẹ̀dù.
Who is the other one?
mo ń sọ fún yín lánàá.
I was telling you yesterday
lágbájá òun ni choir master kí ló mean mo jù ú lọ náà.
that man is a choir master. What does he mean? I'm older than him.
lágbájá wọn ti sọ di elder wọn sọ lágbájá di deacon wọn bá mi ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì náà.
And this one has been made an elder, a deacon. They all met me in this church.
àwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ ẹni yẹn òun náà sọ̀rọ̀ kí ló mean.
And people are talking. This one is talking. What does he mean?
bọ̀
Here.
níbi tí wọ́n ti máa bá tiẹ̀ jẹ́ wọn ní pè é síbẹ̀.
Because anywhere people want to gather to speak against you, you will not be invited.
bó bá fẹ́ gbé ọ̀gá wọn ní pè é síbẹ̀.
And if you want to be promoted as well, you will not be part of the city.
ìyẹn ló fi yẹ kí ìwọ mọ̀ dájú wípé.
That is why you must know surely that
ìwà rẹ lè tilẹ̀kùn mọ́.
your character can close door against you.
ìwà rẹ sì lè ṣílẹ̀kùn fún ọ.
And at the same time, your character can open the door of grace.
ìwà rẹ lè gbé orí rẹ sókè.
That your character can lift you up.
ìwà rẹ lè sọ ẹ́ sínú túbú.
And your character can send you to the prison.
ìwà ẹ lè jẹ́ kó ṣe ẹ́ lẹ́ni ìtẹ́wọ́gbà níbi gbogbo.
Your character can make you acceptable to many.
ìwà rẹ sì lè jẹ́ kí gbogbo èèyàn máa sá fún ọ níbi
And at
gbogbo.
the same time, your character can make people to run away from you.
ẹni tó bá ń tàpá sí àṣẹ.
Anyone that kick against authority,
ohun tẹ́ni yẹn sọ ni wípé
what that person is saying is
o ò
this:
fẹ́ da láṣẹ láéláé.
he doesn't want to become part of the authority.
bó o bá gbógun ti aláṣẹ.
If you walk against the leaders,
èyí tó ń sọ fún Ọlọ́run ni pé èmi náà ò fẹ́ da láṣẹ.
what you are telling God is that I don't want to attain the post of leadership.
tó o bá kọ́ bó ṣe tẹríba fún àwọn aláṣẹ.
If you don't learn how to submit to the authority,
ẹnikẹ́ni ò ní tẹríba fún ìwọ náà.
no one will also submit to you as well.
lánàá
Yesterday,
gbàtí àwọn bàbá akọ̀wé bá wa sọ̀rọ̀.
when the general secretary was speaking to
ó
us,
tọ́ka sí lecture kan tí mo kọ́.
he now make reference to one of my lectures.
lecture ni pé ó fẹ́ kọ ìwọ náà.
And the lecture is titled, It is about to be your turn.
ó ti fẹ́ kàn án.
It is about to be your turn.
ohun tó o bá gbìn.
And whatever you sow,
nígbà tí ìwọ bá jẹ́.
by the time you eat and eat and eat,
àwọn ọmọ tó o bí.
your children after you,
àwọn náà bọ́ sí ìdígi náà wàá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í jẹ.
they will also go there to eat after you.
ibi tó o bá bà á jẹ́ dé.
Anywhere that you destroy things to.
lẹ́yìn tó o bá kó bá ara rẹ tán.
And after you have bring problem to yourself,
o tún bẹ̀ sí kó bá àwọn ọmọ tó o bí.
and you extend that problem even to your children,
orúkọ rẹ.
your name
ó lè ṣílẹ̀kùn fún àwọn ọmọ rẹ.
can open door for your children.
orúkọ rẹ.
Your name
ó lè bà tàwọn ọmọ rẹ
can
jẹ́.
still bring trouble to your children.
orúkọ rẹ.
Your name
ó lè mú kí ó kó jẹ́ ní ìtẹ́wọ́gbà tí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn máa sọ pé lágbájá la fẹ́.
can make you acceptable that everyone will say we need him.
orúkọ rẹ.
Your name as
ó
well
sì lè mú kókó bá ẹlòmíì tó jẹ́ orúkọ kan náà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀.
can still bring trouble to someone that is your namesake.
ẹ wo inú àwọn orúkọ tá a jẹ́.
Therefore, examine the names we bear.
mi ò tí ì rẹ́ tó bímọ tó ní Judas lókùn tó máa pè.
You see that it's hardly for you to find someone that will name his child Judas.
Ẹ mọ̀ tó mọ Judas.
Do you know the meaning?
Ìyìn ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, ìyìn, praise.
Judas mean praise.
Síbẹ̀
Yet,
àwọn èèyàn jẹ́ Maria.
people bears Maria.
Kí ni túmọ̀ Maria?
What is the meaning?
Mara, ìkorò.
That is, it is bitterness from Mara.
Àwọn èèyàn ṣe kọ ìyìn sílẹ̀ tó wá jẹ́ ìkorò.
Why will people reject praise and accept bitterness?
Ìdí ni wípé
The reason,
nínú ìkorò ládùn ti jáde.
in the bitterness comes sweetness.
Ṣùgbọ́n ètò ọ̀pẹ ní ìyìn.
But whatever we call praise,
Òun ló dìtẹ̀ mọ́ adùn.
it
Tó sì gbógun ti adùn. Tó sì kó àwọn ọlọ̀tẹ̀jọ́ tó lérò wípé lẹ́yìn ikú Jésù òun máa rọ́wọ́ mú.
It is this praise that gather bitterness, that gather evil, and rebel against Jesus, thinking that after the death of Jesus, he will have a way.
Bí o bá ń tako ẹni wájú,
If you are rebelling against the one ahead of you,
èpè tó ń ṣẹ́ ni wípé òun ní dẹni iwájú.
what you are saying is you are causing yourself that you never get to the front.
Wọ́n ní wọ́n fẹ́ nìkan ṣe bàbá ìjọ.
We heard that someone must made the church patron,
Inú wa bí ọ pé ó bá mi ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì.
and you began to be angry that this man met me in this assembly.
Ṣé torí pé ó lówó ni?
Is it because of his money?
Àbí kí ló dé?
Or why?
Wọ́n ṣe fi mí sí.
Why didn't they consider me?
Ọlọ́run ti mọ̀ pé tó bá fi ọ́ sí.
God knows that if you are the one,
Bí adìẹ tó ń kọbè tó ń túká ló máa ṣe ń bẹ̀.
God knows that as the end, that when you gather your ridges, the end will come and scatter it.
Mo máa ń sọ fún àwọn
That is
èèyàn.
what you will do.
Mo máa ń sọ fún àwọn
I
èèyàn.
used to say,
Tẹ́ ẹ bá ti rẹ́ni tó yarí pé èmi ló kàn.
if you see anyone that say it's supposed to be me,
Kò tí ì kàn.
it is not yet his turn.
Ṣé ẹ gbọ́n tí mo wí?
Do you hear me?
Ẹ gbọ́ o.
You have not heard.
Tẹ́ ẹ bá ti rí ẹnìkan.
If you see anyone,
Bóyá nínú ẹgbẹ́,
either in a society
nínú ìjọ,
or in an assembly
níbikíbi
or anywhere,
tó bá ti sọ pé èmi ló kàn. Ẹ gbọ́, èmi ló kàn o.
and began to say it is my turn, it is
Èmi
my
ni ká ẹ
turn,
mú o.
it is me that you must choose.
Kò tí ì kàn.
It's not yet his turn.
Torí pé tó bá kàn,
Because if it is his turn,
òun kọ́ ni yóò sọ fún wa.
he is not the one that will tell us.
Ṣé ẹ gbọ́n tí mo ń sọ báyìí?
Do you hear what I'm saying?
Tẹ́ bá rẹ́ni tó ń bribe àwọn èèyàn, ìwọ gbà. Kẹ́lì sọ pé èmi ni ìwọ gbà.
If you see anybody go around in the church campaigning and say, for that next post, make sure you support me.
You are only exposing your foolishness.
In tó ń ṣe ni pé ìwọ ń fi ìwà wèrè rẹ hàn fún àwọn ènìyàn.
Mo mọ̀ pé ó sọ pé àwọn ará òṣèlú ń kọ́, àwọn olóṣèlú ń kọ́.
I know you will ask me what about the politicians?
Ṣé bí àwọn náà bribe kọ́ lè dìbò fún ọ?
Are they not also bribing for election?
Tó bá jẹ́ pé òṣèlú pé Ọlọ́run ló gbé kalẹ̀,
If it is God that established politics,
o ní di campaign.
you don't need campaign.
Ṣé gbọ́ ni mo wí?
Do you hear me?
O ní di campaign.
You don't need to campaign.
Àwọn èèyàn á sọ pé lágbájá ló kàn.
People will speak on your behalf that it
Ṣùgbọ́n
is this
nítorí
man.
pé ohun tí àdásílẹ̀ ọmọ ènìyàn ni.
But because it is the establishment of man,
Ìyẹn ló bá tó fi campaign.
that is why we are seeing what we are seeing.
Nínú gbogbo àwọn tó campaign, mélòó ló mú campaign wọn ṣẹ?
How many among those that campaign, how many of them fulfill their promises?
Bọ́n bá dẹ̀ mú ṣe kí ló ṣe sí wọn?
And if they don't fulfill it, what are you able to do? And remaining 8 days to go now.
Níwọ̀n ìgbà tá àti mọ tá a ṣe, a máa wò wọ́n ràn náà ni.
And since we cannot do anything, of course we have to watch.
Bí ipò kan bá sílẹ̀,
If there is a vacancy
bóyá
somewhere,
nínú ìjọ
either in the church
tàbí nínú ẹgbẹ́,
or in a society,
níbikíbi tí ẹ bá ti rẹ́nìkan tó ń sọ pé èmi ni kẹ́ ẹ dìbò fún, èmi ni kẹ́ ẹ sọ pé kí n bọ́ bẹ̀, èmi ló kàn, èmi ní ìjòkó ń bẹ̀, èmi ní máa ṣe ọ̀rẹ́, kò ṣe kí ni? Kò kàn.
if we see anyone begin to campaign and say, for that post, it is my turn, it is me, lo and behold, it's not his turn.
A ní ẹ wò dáadáa náà.
And said, look at me very well.
Ta tún ni.
Who else? Who else?
Tó bá yọ mí kúrò, ta ló tún?
If I am not there, who else?
Àbúrò èṣù ni ọ́.
That person is a younger brother to the devil.
Because èṣù ló sọ pé èmi ló kàn.
Because the devil is the one that say, it is me, it is my turn.
ẹ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ká lé bàbá ikú lórí àga ká
Let's
gbàbẹ̀.
join hands together, let's remove God from his post.
ìwọ kọ́ ló ń sọ fọlọ́run.
It is not you that will tell God.
ìyẹn ló fà á tẹ́nikẹ́ni bá fi pá gba ìjọba kan tó bá fi pá gba ipò kan tó bá fi agídí bọ́ sínú àga kan kì í pẹ́ ń bẹ̀ kò lè rí ṣe yóò dàrú mọ́ lọ́wọ́ ni.
That is why if you see anyone that topple another leader or another government to enter into a post or into an office, they will never last because everything will scatter in a few days.
àwọn tó mọ tó ń pè ní àṣẹ.
Those that knows what authority
àwọn
is,
wọ̀nyẹn ló máa ń tẹríba fáṣẹ.
it is them that submit to authority.
wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé ọjọ́ ń bọ̀ tí àṣẹ máa bọ́ sáwọn náà lọ́wọ́.
Because they know day is coming that it will be their turn.
ṣé ẹ mọ tí bá bá ọ̀rọ̀ débì kan.
If I continue to a particular point,
ṣé rí àwa tí ọlọ́run kó sórí àga lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́.
do you know those that God give us grace to come to the
ẹ jẹ́ mọ̀ pé a fi ojú wò ó kò sí ẹyọ ẹnìkan nínú wa tó lọ sọ fáwọn èèyàn yìí pé èmi ni ká fi ṣe president èmi ni ká fi ṣe evangelist èmi ni ká fi ṣe general superintendent èmi ni kí n ṣe general secretary ẹ lọ wádìí.
Go and find out. None among us go and meet the former leader and say, when you people are leaving, make me the president or make me the general evangelist and so on and so forth. Go and find out.
ọjọ́ tí wọ́n yàn wá.
The day we are chosen,
èmi àti president àti ń bá ọ̀rẹ́ wa bọ̀ nínú iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ yìí over 44 years ago.
myself and the president, we have been in the ministerial work coming together over 40 years ago.
àti jìjọ sun ilẹ̀ lẹ̀.
We have sleep on the floor together.
àjọ sun orí bẹ́ǹchì kan.
We have sleep on the same bench
tẹ́nìkan
together.
máa forí síbí tẹ́nìkejì á forí síbí.
Someone will put his head this way, the other person will put his head this way.
ó tójú ẹ̀ ní ìlú Ìkẹrẹ́ Èkìtì ń bẹ̀ yẹn.
There was a time in Ikere Ekiti over there.
ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn.
Ask him.
àjìjọ lọ sínú àkìtàn tá à ń wá pálí tá a fẹ́ fi sùn.
We went to the dunghill to look for carton where we used to sleep as mats.
nítorí pé bẹ́ǹchì yẹn a wò pé bẹ́ǹchì yẹn ti bẹ̀ sí ẹ̀jẹ̀ á wá pálí ká tẹ́lẹ̀ náà ká sùn. orí àkìtàn tí mo ń wí yìí àwọn ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ àtàwọn tó yàgbẹ́ nílùú ibẹ̀ ni wọ́n yàgbẹ́ sí.
This dunghill I'm talking about is where we have all manner of rubbish because we are tired of sleeping on the bench. We went there to look for carton on which to sleep.
àti jìjọ gbàwẹ̀ tá a rí ìkọ̀kọ̀ bírèkì.
We had a time we have fasting for which we have nothing to break with.
àárí gàrí lásán àárí.
Even Gary, we could not have it to break with.
tá a gbàwẹ̀ tán tó jẹ́ pé omi wọ́rọ́wọ́ tó gbóná wọ́rọ́wọ́ náà la ṣe kí ni lámú.
And after the fasting, all we could use to break the fast is warm water.
ọjọ́ tó máa yàn wá.
And the day we will be pronounced,
èmi ti pé wọ́n ní ìpàdé wà lọ́la o lọ́tùnla o kó o wá sí gbàdọ̀ká ìjọ lọ́pàá ó ní òun ní wá.
I just call him in Port Harcourt and say, we are told that there's a meeting in so day, make sure you come. And he said he cannot come.
because tí n bá dé Port Harcourt orí bẹ́ẹ̀dì kan la ìjọ ń sùn ìyàwó ẹ̀ á kú òfu wa ni tóun náà bá wá síbàdàn ìyàwó mi máa ṣe kí ni á kú lórí bẹ́ẹ̀dì á jìjọ sórí bẹ́ẹ̀dì kan náà.
Because we share common bed. If I visit in Port Harcourt, the wife will leave the bed for us and vice versa.
ọjọ́ ìmọ̀ pé wọ́n ní ìpàdé wà lọ́tùnla o.
And that day I called him that there is a meeting next tomorrow.
ó ní mi ò ní wá.
He said I will not come.
ẹyẹ ẹ̀ tí ẹ mọ̀ pé ọ̀nà Port Harcourt tún jì síbí.
Don't you people don't you know that Port Harcourt is a distance?
tá a máa dé sí ìpàdé tó jẹ́ pé kò ní lórí kò ní nídìí.
Because we will come to a meeting, you will not know the essence of the meeting.
ṣé ó mọ̀ pé wọ́n máa yàn ní president lọ́jọ́ yẹn ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀.
Does he know that he will be pronounced the president and he will be responding that way?
èmi ti gbé yẹn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́.
And I have put that aside.
ìgbà tí mo délé ní alẹ́ ìjọ yẹn ó kù ọ̀la.
And when it is tomorrow, that day,
mo bá ní ṣebó ló wá.
and I met him and he has come back and said, but you say you are not coming.
ó ní àwọn èèyàn ṣáà jọ gbádùn pé kóun ṣáà máa bọ̀ kóun ṣáà ṣé mo mọ̀ pé tírú ẹ̀ bá ti wáyé ọ̀rọ̀ tó gbóná máa ṣẹlẹ̀ tó máa torí wọ́n mọ̀ pé ó máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n sì mọ̀ pé èmi náà máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n á ní òkè tọrọ bá ti dójú ẹ̀ wọ́n á retí kàdá sí òun lérò pé ọ̀rọ̀ tó gbóná la fẹ́ sọ.
And when I met him, I was surprised. I said, but you say you are not coming. He said, several people have called me as well, and I thought probably there is something very important that we need to discuss, because they know in the meeting either he talk or I talk to make contribution to whatever is being discussed. And anytime we get to the Supreme Council meeting, we normally sit together. It has been so. And when the case is brought up, and anytime he wants to talk, I will just caution him, wait a little. And if it is me that want to speak, we say, be patient. And then we say, you cannot go ahead and talk. And if he has not spoken satisfactorily, I will put my own contribution. This is how we sat. And the fathers began to speak. And suddenly we had the announcement.
Pastor Henry Ojo is the president.
Pastor Henry Ojo is the president. And I clap my hand. Because if your friend is the governor, of course you are the governor as well. Do you hear what I said? If your friend become the governor, you just go and celebrate. And we all clap together. As he was going out, then we had another name. And they mentioned my name. And I feel as if my heart became dizzy. And my eyes was just, was I crying? How did these people thought, and they thought about me? Because those fathers that left, because if we say among those that did not give them rest that there must be peace in the church, we are one of them. Because we tell this father that this is not right. Because if someone is disciplined and they transfer him, we say, no, it doesn't supposed to be like that. Even if what we say will not be acceptable, we will still speak. So if anyone will say these fathers will think about us in such a time, we find it difficult to believe. If you get to that post with campaigning, if the people of the world cast spell on you, of course it will work. How many of us? They're supposed to have killed us. But because it is that man that sent us, and we told those that are shooting arrows that if you are not careful, we will be the one to conduct your burial. Is it not true? All this I'm saying is for you to know that it is better for you to submit to your leader than for you to be campaigning that I am supposed to be the leader. There's no one that campaign without having the result of it. Let's look at our manual.
Unbroken men act as if God is their mate.
They don't have any regard for God.
Number 2, they look at others as their slave.
It could be pastor. And maybe pastor, when the church are calling him daddy and he begin to shake like that. You are not daddy. It is God's honor that they are seeing in your life. You that are our fathers, you are still calling us fathers. And when you now call us father, we now begin to raise our shoulders. You are cursing yourself. If someone is called a church patron, does it mean he's the one that submit.
ọ̀wọ̀ ọlọ́run wọ́n fi wọ̀ ọ́ tí wọ́n fi pè ọ́ ní ìyá ìjọ.
The honor given to you from God that you are pronounced a matron.
adébòmí àwọn alàgbà wo pásítọ̀ pé oníṣẹ́ wa ni àwa là ń sanwó ẹ̀.
In some places you see the elders, they look at the pastor and say, he's our employee, we are the one that are paying him.
farabalẹ̀ o.
Be
kò sẹ́ni tó
careful.
lè sanwó ìránṣẹ́ ọlọ́run o.
There's no one that can pay for the minister of God.
tí bá bíi pé àkókò ni ìránṣẹ́ ọlọ́run ń wọṣẹ́.
If I ask you what is the resumption time for the minister of God,
àkókò ni ìránṣẹ́ ọlọ́run ń wọṣẹ́.
what's the time?
ẹ dá mi lóhùn.
No answer.
àwọn ọ̀sẹ̀ ní 7 o'clock. mo rò pé
24/7.
torí bí nǹkan kan bá ṣẹlẹ̀
Because if anything happened
ní Ìlọrin
in Ilorin,
àlùfáà náà máa kọ́kọ́ pè.
what the first person to be contacted is pastor.
ìrètí àwọn wọ̀nyẹn ni pé kó máa bọ̀ wá sí Ìlọrin.
And their expectation is that let him rush down to Ilorin.
ó lówó ọkọ̀ kò lówó ọkọ̀ o.
Either he has transport fare or not.
kò sí mọ́tò ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì tí ó gbé débẹ̀.
And there's no church bus he will use.
tí ò bá sì lọ
And if he didn't go,
ẹ̀yin yìí náà lẹ́ẹ̀ máa sọ̀rọ̀ sí.
it is you, the members, that will begin to speak
òun la
against him.
kọ́kọ́ pé ń jọ yẹn kò dá wa lóhùn.
I called him that day, he did not even answer us.
bó bá lọ wòyàn ní hospital.
And if he goes to the hospital,
tẹ́ ẹ bá wa délé tẹ́ ẹ bá.
and if you get to the mission house, he didn't meet
irú
him,
pásọ̀ wo leléyìí.
which kind of pastor do
kì
we
í
have?
gbélé.
He doesn't stay at home.
are you hearing what I'm saying.
Ṣé ń gbọ́ tí mò ń sọ?
béèyàn bá kú pásọ̀ náà máa pè. béèyàn ọmọ nìkan bá fẹ́ ṣe wedding pásọ̀ náà máa pè. bí ẹnìkan bá òun àti ìyàwó ẹ̀ jà pásọ̀ náà máa pè. àwọn ń jà sí orí ilẹ̀ nìkan pásọ̀ náà máa pè.
In any situation that befall the church member, death, naming ceremony, court case, or whatever, pastors be the one that will be invited.
pásọ̀ wọn kò ní táìmù.
Pastor doesn't have time for himself.
bí àpẹẹrẹ èyí táwọn à ń ṣe ní Ìlọrin lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́.
For example, what we are doing here today,
bá a débi ṣe ẹ fọlọ́pàá mú wa ni.
if we didn't come, will you arrest us?
kódà bá a bá tiẹ̀ pinnu pé àdé ọ́fíìsì yẹn ní odidi oṣù kan ṣé ẹ sọ pé torí náà àìsí kò tọ́lọ́run fi wá sí mọ́.
And if we decided that we will not even resume to the office for a month, will you arrest us, or will you say we are no more the leaders? No.
many of us as you see us.
Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe rí wa yìí.
ẹlòmíì ẹ̀kọ́ ló máa sùn nínú ilé ẹ̀ lọ́sẹ̀ kan.
Some will sleep in his house just one day in a week.
ló wá wò mí títí ló sọ pé bàbá yẹn kó wá jẹ́ pé irú eléyìí lọ́kọ mi ó ti ṣí o.
I begin to have that desire. Say, I wish this is my husband. You have failed, though.
irú sùúrù tíyàwó mi ní ṣé o lè ní.
The kind of patience my wife is having, can you have it?
in the last 2 months.
Fún bí oṣù méjì sẹ́yìn,
mo nígbà tí wọlé báyìí.
as I enter the house
ẹ kúlé
and I greet,
ni mo ń sọ pé ọ̀la o.
and I will say tomorrow,
mo ń lọ sí.
I'm going to so place.
mo tún ti lọ nìyẹn.
I'm on my way
ó
already.
dídí ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì mo lè má délé.
Sometimes 2 weeks I may not get to the house.
irú ọkọ wo nìyẹn.
Which kind of husband is that? Answer.
ọlọ́run á ràn ẹ́ lọ́wọ́ o.
May the Lord help you.
amen.
Amen.
they see fellow Christians as inferior to them.
Those àwọn ènìyàn wọ̀nyí wọ́n máa rí àwọn ẹlẹ́kẹgbẹ́ wọn Kristẹni bí ẹni tí ò jámọ́ nǹkan lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ wọn.
they use church property as their personal thing.
Wọ́n á máa lo àwọn nǹkan tó jẹ́ ti ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni pé àwọn gan ló ní.
àwọn pastor kan mission house ṣe mọ̀ forums níbí room and parlour àti yàrá méjì room and parlour àti yàrá méjì náà bá sọ fún pastor pé àwọn alàgbà ní o láìní ni kó máa lò ṣé orí láìní ti bí àwa la ní.
And in a particular church, face me, I face you, 4 rooms here, room and parlour. The elders tell the pastor, these 4 rooms is for you. These other 4 rooms is our own.
pastor ẹ ti mọ ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀.
And the pastor know what is happening.
torí ó ti rírú ẹ̀ rí.
Because he have such experience before.
ló bá ní ẹ ṣe sá. mo mọ̀ wípé yàtọ̀ sí àwọn agbẹ̀bí àtàṣọ́gbà àtàjínrere mo mọ̀ pé àwọn tó kù tó tún máa bá wọn gbénú mission àwọn ni agbàwòsàn. so yí ẹ̀yin agbàwòsàn tí ẹ fẹ́ mú yàrá ń bí àyè wà. kẹ́ wá ṣe kí ni wọ́n á mú yàrá yín.
And he said, I know, apart from the evangelists, the midwife, and others that we normally stay in the missions together, the remaining one is for those that come to receive healing. Therefore, hold on to it.
wọ́n bá ní ó sọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹnu ẹ̀ lọ.
And they say, you have spoken what is beyond you.
wọ́n bá lọ fẹjọ́ ẹ̀sùn alábòjútó.
And they went to report him to the
ẹ
district
wá gbé kíní
superintendent.
yìí, ẹ wá gbé kíní, kò fẹ́ tẹ ríba, kò fẹ́ tẹ ríba.
And come and take away this man, he doesn't want to submit.
Ọlọ́run á ràn wá lọ́wọ́.
May the Lord help us,
Yóò sì dára fún yín.
and it shall be well with you.
Ẹlòmíì,
Some,
chọ́ọ̀chì ní bọ́ọ̀sì.
the church have boss,
Ó tún wá dàbí pé bàbá ìjọ gan-an ló wá ní bọ́ọ̀sì.
and it now seems as if it is the church patron that owns the boss.
Bó bá fẹ́ tọ̀, a ní kí bọ́ọ̀sì yẹn wá gbé wọn lọ.
And if he want to urinate, he will ask the boss to come and
Bó bá
carry
fẹ́
him.
lọ sóko, a ní kí bọ́ọ̀sì yẹn wá gbé
When
wọn lọ.
he's going to the farm, it's the church boss.
Ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ní òrè kó sí.
And it is the church that will fuel it.
Òun ló fi lọ ń wo àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ tó ń bẹ ní ìdálẹ̀.
He uses it to go and look for after his children.
Kò sì sẹ́ni tó tó bẹ́ẹ̀ láti béèrè lọ́wọ́.
And nobody dare ask him.
Ẹ ṣọ́ra o,
Be very careful.
ẹ jẹ́ kí Ọlọ́run,
Let God,
ẹ bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run,
fear God,
kí Ọlọ́run lè ṣe kí ni.
so that
Mo-
God can do what?
Mo mọ tí mo ń sọ o.
I know what I'm saying.
Níbòmíì, ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ní oko.
In some places, the church have farm.
Bàbá ìjọ á sì sọ fún catechist pé lọ sóko yẹn kó lọ bá ń gbé àgbàdo wá.
And church patron will be sending the minister of God evangelist and say, go to that farm and bring some corn for me.
Òun á dẹ̀ sáré lọ sóko á lọ bá gbé
And
àgbàdo.
he himself will run, a minister of God, on errand for the church patron.
Àgbàdo yẹn ò yẹ kó lè wọ ẹnu rẹ̀.
It is that kind of corn supposed not to have entrance into your mouth.
Tó bá jẹ́ pé ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ló gbé wá fún ẹ, ó ti dára.
If it is church that brought it for you, it is good.
Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá jẹ́ pé àṣẹ rẹ ló fi ń ṣe èèwọ̀ nìyẹn.
But if it is by your authority you are using, that is a taboo.
Ọlọ́run á ràn wá lọ́wọ́.
The Lord will help us.
Ṣé mi ò gúnyàn? Ẹ́
Have I caused anyone?
ẹ mọ̀ pé mi ò gbọ́ Yorùbá, ṣé kìí ṣe pé mo ṣì sọ.
You know, I don't know how to speak Yoruba language. Maybe I've talked what I supposed not to.
Whatever you do to escape honest toil is rebellion against God.
Ohunkóhun tí o bá ṣe láti ṣe lòdì sí àwọn aláṣẹ, ó jẹ́ ìṣelòdì pátápátá.
Whatever you do to avoid the normal route.
Ohunkóhun tí o bá ṣe láti gba ọ̀nà àlùmọ̀kọ́rọ́ yìí.
You bribe your way here, you bribe your way there.
Owó ọ̀nà fún ara rẹ̀ ní àyín àti lọ́run lọ́nà tó lòdì.
Is not God's approval.
Eléyìí kì í ṣe ohun tí Ọlọ́run fọwọ́ sí.
There are those who pocket church money to their private pocket.
Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn náà ń fi owó ìjọ sí àpò wọn níkọ̀rọ̀.
In some places, elders and pastors agree together.
Láwọn obìnrin àti àwọn alàgbà àti olùṣọ́ àgùntàn tí ẹni wá jọ sọ̀dí àpò pọ̀.
They are sharing church money.
Wọ́n á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pín owó ìjọ.
It's poison.
Májèlé ni o.
It's poison.
Májèlé ni.
I said it's poison.
Mo sọ wípé májèlé ni.
I was in a particular town few days ago.
Mo wà ní ìlú kan fún bí ọjọ́ mélòó kan sẹ́yìn.
I give a lecture like this.
Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí mo ṣe ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bí
The
eléyìí.
first elder to ask a question.
Alàgbà àkọ́kọ́ tí ó béèrè.
He was asking question on accountability.
Ó wá ń béèrè lórí bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò ṣe jẹ́ ẹni tó ń jíhìn.
That there are some pastors that do not give account. They don't read the church account to the members.
Wípé àwọn olùṣọ́ àgùntàn kan wà tí jẹ́ pé wọ́n ń ka ètò ìṣúná owó fún àwọn ìjọ.
When he said that,
Nígbà tó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀,
I answered him.
mo wá dá a lóhùn.
When we finished,
Nígbà tá a ṣe tán,
the chairman said,
ni alága wa sọ wípé
that man you see,
wípé ẹni tẹ́ ẹ rí òun nì.
recently they drove him away from where they used to count money.
Pé láìpẹ́ ló jẹ́ pé a lè kúrò níbi tán ti ń ka owó.
Ṣé ẹgbọ́n tí mò ń sọ?
Do you hear what I'm saying?
Alàgbà.
an elder.
wọ́n lé kóńbi tó ń ti ka owó.
They drove him away from where they count money.
kí ló dé?
Why?
bọ́n bá ti ń ka owó báyìí.
When they are counting money,
tó bá ti ka àwọn bíi 1,000 naira.
the big notes there,
ṣé ẹ rí sọ́ọ̀sì ẹsẹ̀?
the socks
Bye.
there,
àwa ṣe sọ́ọ̀sì báyìí.
he will open the
Àti owó
socks,
bọ̀bẹ̀.
he put it there.
yóò máa ti owó yẹn bọ̀ tí bí bá kún á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sọ́ọ̀sì ni.
When this is filled up, he will get to the other one.
that is what he do every Sunday.
Eléyìí ni tó ń ṣe ní ọjọ́ mẹ́jọ mẹ́jọ.
so somebody caught him.
Ẹnìkan wá ká a mú.
eléyìí ti kún ó tún ti bọ sọ́ọ̀sì eléyìí.
The socks here swell up the other one as well.
ìyẹn bá ní ọ̀rẹ́
And the other one say, friend,
èwo lẹ́ ń kó sí sọ́ọ̀sì.
what is in your leg?
ló bá ní kí ló míì tó bá dìde bí ẹni tó fẹ́ lọ tọ̀ wọ́n ní ọ̀rẹ́ báyìí tí ì tọ̀ ní sùúrù.
And he stood up as someone that want to go to the toilet and said, no, just be patient.
báyìí
Come.
tí ì tọ̀
Don't go.
wọ́n bá yọ fa ẹsẹ̀ kìíní
And
sókè.
they begin to open the socks.
olówó òun ni
And he says, my money,
wọ́n ní èló ni.
how much is it?
torí tó fi yí ẹsẹ̀ eléyìí ká kò mọ iye eléyìí náà kò mọ iye
Because he doesn't even
èló
know
ló
how
mú